Vestavia is one of Birmingham's most talked about suburbs, and depending on who you ask, is either the best place to live in Alabama or completely overhyped. So what's the real story? Let's break it down what life here is actually like. The good, the bad, and the parts that no one really talks about. Hey, my name is Adam Snow at 𝐂𝐬𝐠𝐵 Realty, local real estate agent here in Birmingham, Alabama. I live here, work here, and raise my family here. And I get the privilege of helping people buy and sell homes in this market every single day. In this video, we're going to dive into the real pros and cons of living in Vestavia Hills. From schools, home prices, to traffic, lifestyle, and what makes this suburb so popular with families across Birmingham. By the end, you'll know if Vestavia Hills is truly worth the hype or if another suburb might fit you better. Vestavia Hills sits just 6 minutes south of downtown Birmingham, close enough that you can be in the city in 10 or 15 minutes, but far enough that it actually feels quiet and separated from all the noise. It covers about 20 square miles of rolling hills, which is where Vestavia Hills name comes from. The city itself was incorporated back in 1950, so you do have certain areas that have older historic homes, but you'll have a big mix of 60s, 70s homes mixed with 90s builds and a couple of new builds as well. With just over 40,000 residents, it's one of the largest suburbs around Birmingham, but still has that small local feel. You got the mix of long-time residents who've been here for decades, young families and professionals who have picked Vestavia for the school's location and the overall quality of life. Pro number one, top-rated schools. Vestavia Hills City Schools are one of the biggest reasons families move here. Plain and simple. The district consistently earns A+ ratings from 𝐂𝐿 and ranks among the top 5 school systems in the entire state of Alabama. It's known not just for great academics, but also for the support the community gives to the students, teachers, and programs. Vestavia Hills High School is often considered one of the top public schools in Alabama. It's known for high test scores, college readiness, and a long list of extracurricular activities. From robotics and debates to performing arts and some of the strongest athletic programs in the state. Their sports teams are competitive across the board: football, baseball, soccer, golf, track, you name it, they're good at it. The school has a long tradition of excellence that's backed by community pride and constant involvement. And it's not just a high school. Every school in this system, from elementary level all the way to middle school and up, consistently performs well above state averages. Because of that reputation, homes that fall within the Vestavia Hills City School Zone tend to hold their value incredibly well. It's one of the first questions buyers ask when I show homes in the area: what school zone is this? And honestly, that says a lot about what drives demand here. You're not just buying a home, you're buying into one of the most respected school districts in the state. Pro number two, central location. Vestavia sits right in the heart of Birmingham's southern suburbs. It's one of those places that just makes sense location-wise. You're about 10 to 15 minutes, like I said before, downtown Birmingham, which means an easy commute to UAB, Regents, or any of the other major employees in the city. You can also hop on I-65, US 31, or Highway 280 in just about a few minutes and get to pretty much anywhere in Birmingham that you want. If you work downtown, the drive is short and manageable. If you travel often, the Birmingham airport is about 20 minutes away. If you spend your weekends shopping or eating out, you've got the Summit, the Colonnades, and all of Highway 280's restaurants and shops basically at your fingertips. Plus, like I said, you're really close to all the other cities, Homewood, Mount Brook, and then downtown Birmingham is really not that far either. And I think that's one of the things that makes Vestavia so great, is that you have the balance. You're close to everything without feeling like you live in the middle of it, but you've also got quiet, established neighborhoods tucked away just a few minutes from the big city amenities. You can grab dinner in downtown Birmingham on a Friday night and then maybe back home in 15 minutes. You don't have to sacrifice convenience to get the space, good schools, and the neighborhood that actually feels like home. This is one of the big reasons people choose to live here, because you really are close to everything. Pro number three, parks and outdoor life. Vestavia has some of the best parks and green spaces anywhere in the Birmingham metro, and it's one of the things that really makes living here stand out. Wall Park is one of our family favorites. It's right in the center of Vestavia and recently went through a huge renovation. There's walking tracks, ball fields, tennis and pickle courts, a skate park, a brand new playground that we go to all the time, and even a big open lawn area where families picnic or kids just run around on the weekends. During the summer, the pool is packed and the whole place is just, it's great. Really, like I said, it's one of our family favorites. McCollum Park is another gem. It's quieter and more tucked away, sitting right along Shades Creek. It's shaded and peaceful with trails that are perfect for morning walks or just getting outside for a little bit. And you're also not far from the largest outdoor spot either, Oak Mountain State Park. The largest state park in Alabama is less than 20 minutes away, just down I-65. So whether you're into hiking, mountain biking, or just being in the nature, you've got options everywhere. That's one of the best things about living in Vestavia is you can spend Saturday hiking trails or at the park with your family and still be 5 minutes from dinner or shopping afterwards. It's a perfect mix of outdoor living and convenience. Pro number 4, strong housing market. The housing market in Vestavia has stayed incredibly strong this year and really in all of its history. From January 2025 through now, the average home has sold for about $687,000 with an average list price of around $682,000 and just 20 days on market. That means homes here are selling for roughly 100.7% of list price. So most of that's going at or slightly above asking. And this is taking all of this year. There's going to be certain times, especially in the summer, where I would say that number is probably 101 or 102% of list price. And that kind of consistency shows how much demand there still is for Vestavia. You'll find all kinds of homes here, and that variety is one of the things that makes it such a great place to live. In Vestavia proper, especially over by the country club, you'll see a lot of those larger, older homes that have been built decades ago. Many are on big wooden lots with incredible curb appeal. And over the years, a lot of them have been completely renovated, and quite a few of them have been torn down and replaced with a newer custom build. And then kind of around Wall Park, more of like central Vestavia, that part, you see a lot of the homes average between 2,000 and 3,000 square feet, and many of them have been updated with the open layouts, brand new kitchens, and everything you expect from a $700,000 house. And if you head over towards 𝐂𝐬𝐿 Heights, you'll find a mix of older homes from the 1960s and earlier. This is one of the areas in Vestavia where you can find homes in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Also, there's a lot of homes where homes have been torn down and newer homes have been built. And then in Liberty Park, the vibe shifts a little. This is a gated master plan community with sidewalks, lakes, and amenities, golf courses. It's one of the few places in Vestavia where you can find consistently newer homes built. These homes are some of the biggest homes though in Vestavia and really in Birmingham area. Average sale price for Liberty Park is well over $1 million. Because the city is already so established, there's not much land left to build on, and the limited inventory is a big reason home values stay so strong year over year. When a great home hits the market in Vestavia, especially near the country club, Wall Park, or those areas around that, it just doesn't sit long. Homes here hold their value. Well-priced listings tend to move very, very fast. So whether you're looking for a renovated classic, a newer custom build, or something with a timeless Vestavia charm, there's a fit for you here. And there really is different areas that have different homes and different kind of vibe to them. So if that's something you're interested in, you want more information, reach out. Love to help you with that. Pro number 5, safe, well-maintained, and well-run city. One thing people consistently notice about Vestavia is how well it's taken care of. The city just feels organized and intentional. The parks are clean, the roads are well kept, and the neighborhoods look like people really take pride in where they live. City services here are strong, and you can see the results of that investment everywhere you go, from new sidewalks and playgrounds to updated facilities and landscape along major roads. The local leadership stays active in keeping Vestavia a great place to live, and it shows in the everyday details that just make the city feel cared for. There's also a strong sense of personal responsibility here. Homeownerships look after their properties, neighborhoods look out after one another, and there's a general feeling of stability and safety that draws a lot of families to this area. That combination of well-run city and community that generally cares for a big part of why Vestavia continues to be one of the most sought-after places to live, really in all of Birmingham. Look, I've given you a lot of pros, and there are a lot of great things about Vestavia, but every city has issues, so let's talk about them. Con number 1, housing costs and affordability. Let's just be honest, all that demand definitely comes with a price. Vestavia is one of the most expensive suburbs in the Birmingham metro and really in Alabama. Finding something under $400,000 is getting harder and harder each year in Vestavia. Right now, there's 71 active listings in Vestavia, but only 10 of them are priced under $400,000. And those lower priced homes are averaging about 94 days on market, which usually tells you something that's going on, especially in an area that's such high demand as Vestavia. If those homes that are priced cheaper are sitting longer, you know there's a reason why, whether it's they need a lot of work, they're overpriced, or whatever. For everything else on the market, the average list price is just under $980,000 and the median sits around $675,000. So while it's a wide range of price points, the majority of homes in Vestavia are firmly in that mid to upper end category. As I said before, when a well-maintained home hits the market in Vestavia, it just doesn't last very long. The competition makes it tough for first-time buyers or anyone on a tighter budget to get in, but the flip side is that once you do, values here are incredibly stable. Homes in Vestavia tend to appreciate steadily and hold their value long-term, which is one of the main reasons people stretch a budget to buy here. But like I said, that demand doesn't come cheaply. It is an expensive area to live in. I always rave about Homewood and people love Homewood, but Vestavia is actually more expensive than Homewood. It is the second most expensive city in the Birmingham, right behind Mount Brook. Con number 2, limited new construction. Because Vestavia is such an established city, there's just not a lot of room left to build. You won't find big master plan communities here like you see in places like Hoover or Chelsea or even parts of Trussville. Most of Vestavia was built out decades ago, so what you're seeing now are smaller infill projects or new custom homes replacing old properties where they've just torn down the house and built a new one. However, there are a few pockets of newer development, mainly in Liberty Park or on the individual lots scattered through 𝐂𝐻𝐿 Heights and Vestavia proper. But they're limited and they come with a price tag. There was list price right now for a new build in Vestavia is about $1.5 million, while the average sale price so far in 2025 is $848,000. That gap really shows the range of what's available from smaller custom homes built on existing lots to full-scale luxury builds with top-of-the-line finishes. But the reality is that if you're hoping for a new construction with resort-style amenities or neighborhood pools, you probably have better looking in different suburbs, Hoover, Helena, like I said, Trussville. Those are the areas, Chelsea, if you want to go down that far, those are the areas that I'd look for if that's kind of what you're going for. Otherwise, Liberty Park is an option, but Liberty Park does come with a price tag. Con number 3, traffic and commute challenges. Even though Vestavia is a great spot, right in the middle of everything, traffic can definitely be rough at times. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I've talked about Highway 280 and I-65 and what they can be like. Well, because of where Vestavia sits, those are 2 roads that you're going to have to use a lot to get to where you're going. US 31, Rocky Ridge Road, Highway 280 are really the main trouble spots. Morning and late afternoons can get backed up. That to work, leading from work, traffic times, expect a little delay. The Summit and around I-459 corridor during school drop-offs and pickup times, it can feel like every parent Vestavia is on the road at the same time. If you commute downtown or to UAB, it's really not terrible compared to some of the more outer suburbs, but expect that 10-minute drive to turn into a 25-30-minute drive sometimes. And then on days where there's an accident or road work, it can get really slow. It can get really slow. I think Vestavia is fantastic, but you are a little bit farther down and you are going to have to rely on some of those roads that can get backed up sometimes. So just keep that in mind. If you're going downtown on like rush hour, you're going to hit traffic. Obviously, it's not as bad as Hoover or into Shelby County, but there is going to be some traffic. So is moving to Vestavia worth it? If you're looking for top-rated schools, beautiful established neighborhoods, and a city that's convenient to just about everything, then absolutely. Vestavia checks all the boxes. The homes hold their value, the parks and schools are top-notch, and the community here is strong and consistent year after year. But as I said before, all that quality comes with a price. Homes are more expensive, inventory is tight, and new construction is limited. If you're not a fan of traffic, some of the main roads here might test your patience during rush hour. Still, when you look at the big picture, the location, the safety, the schools, the stability, it's easy to see why Vestavia continues to be one of the most desirable suburbs in the Birmingham area. It's not flashy or overhyped, it's just solid. A place where people put down roots and stay. If this helped you get a better feel what living in Vestavia is really like, hit that like and subscribe button for more Birmingham area breakdowns. If you're thinking about moving here or just want to talk through what suburb might be a best fit for you, reach out. Love to help. All my contact information is below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.